Anyway, back to this best of 3, game 1 on Manchuria. In the top right of the map, we do have in the color red as the French MacacoAlbino. His opponent in the bottom left side of the map in the color blue, playing also as the French Mr. Bramboy, who by the way is een vuile hond.
Okay, you got 200 TC plus the third one. The map looks fine for me, but I might be wrong.
I'm just taking a look at treasures. Oh, and in base 50 wood for Macaco, definitely very nice.
What's the start coin? Okay, yeah, so this could help him getting his free wood for hunting dogs.
90 wood in the middle right over here. Something to also keep an eye on. 85 wood in the back over here. And that seems to be mostly it for wood. I saw a couple of decent food treasures as well. So it's definitely a nice map in terms of treasures for both players here. And yeah, we do see hunting dogs for Macaco, and Bram will probably not be far behind, probably waiting to get this 85 wood treasure to get it.
Yeah, I believe so.
I do like the way how you pronounce hunting dogs, by the way.
Me?
Yeah, there actually is an H in that word.
Sorry about that. Yeah, some.
Is that like a French thing or something that you can't really pronounce H's, or?
I believe French people struggle with the letter R and the letter H.
Ah, okay.
But it might just be me also. I don't know.
We'll have to ask Kaiser Klein, the expert on the matter.
Actually, the more I try to made efforts to pronounce the words and stuff, and the worse it can be sometimes.
I don't think it's too bad. I've definitely heard way worse.
Right, thank you.
Oh, and there we do see Mr. Bramboy after getting the wood also going for hunting dogs.
Yeah.
See if they have picked decks yet. Oh, we do have caravels and frigates in Macaco's deck. Obviously, French doesn't have schooners, so he can't really invest more into water than just this. I don't think he's going to go for the dog, but you know, it might just be like a standard Manchuria deck of his. Bramboy with just about the most standard deck you can ever have as French, just, you know, full on land. Maybe a couple too many mill cards, but I mean, there's not much else to pick really in those slots, so.
It's true. Something I like to have in deck when I play a French mirror is Pioneers, just because when you play random maps, I mean, on this one I guess you don't need that, but on the maps with low hunts you might have to commit to H2 play, and if both players come into this H2 play, then Pioneers might be an option.
Yeah, for sure. And we do see Macaco actually think 4 of his yaks here to go to Colonial as quickly as he possibly can. Bramboy behind a full 300 food.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
He does of course now have more yaks left for in the late game, but not even that many, I believe. Macaco just had more yaks. Yeah. Oh no, never mind. Wait. No, yeah, Macaco had more yaks, but now he doesn't anymore.
Yeah. On the other side, he's aging with 13 veils, which is quite good.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, if you look at the age up time, it's definitely worth it.
Yeah.
Like, sure, he has 1 villager less right now than Bram, but he will be able to queue up villagers about half a minute earlier, so.
Yeah, it's gonna be the same at the end of
Also,
the
his
day.
TP is earlier. Just everything is earlier, basically. Which, in something like a French mirror, where tempo is a pretty important factor, is like really, really huge.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, we see that Mr.
Look at
Bramboy.
this. Bramboy starts his TP when Macacos is done and just got a pass.
Yeah.
Did Bramboy get some experience treasures, perhaps? Or is he just behind a shipment, which would seem weird?
He's not behind shipment, but I don't think he grabbed any XP treasures just yet.
Yeah, I just looked. I didn't see any. We do see a stable start from Macaco.
Yeah.
So, as far as I know, that is still the standard meta. I generally don't play French mirrors.
You just don't play French at all, right?
I will neither confirm nor deny that. I think the only Euro civ that I have played even remotely is Russia.
I see.
But I go for amazing advanced mill strategies.
Of course. That's the most OP strat you can do.
Yeah, just think about it. You save 200 wood on every single mill you make.
Wow.
That could potentially be a 600 wood shipment for an Age 1 card. It just requires you to build 3 mills.
Yeah, just 3 mills. It's not the biggest deal.
Yeah, which you can do with the 700 wood from your H2 ship. Basically transforming it into a 1200, which very worth. Anyway, back to this game. We do see both players starting Hussar here. Brumboy should be able to get a batch. Yeah, both players getting a full batch of 5, so good macro by both players. Obviously, again, because of the early age up from Macaco, his Hussars will reach the base when Brumboy's just finished building. And yeah, neither player seems to be willing to make the gamble of, can I control my Hussar better than my opponent?
Yeah.
Because once Hussars start fighting, there is no running away. You are dedicated.
Yeah, indeed. Have to keep in mind that Mr. Brownboy is gonna be in a defensive spot, just because he aged after, so he's gonna get his reinforcements patch after, and therefore he can't really fight under MacacoAlbino's base, because he would be exposed to a calf pop.
And he does find a native explorer from Bramboy here. That's pretty important, actually. Usually in the mid game, you can kind of keep them in stealth, just roaming the map a bit, looking for possible raids. But losing that this early is definitely a bit of a setback. It probably won't determine the game, but definitely something to keep in mind.
It seems that both players are going for a 700 coinage up. Yeah, so no 700 wood for neither of these players.
Yeah, it does seem like they just signed a truce. We will just go to Fortress after making a batch of 5 calf, and then duke it out from there. Agreed? Agreed. Just a gentleman's agreement. One other factor that might play a role is that Macaco took the more exposed trading post as opposed to Bramboy, who took the safe one behind his base, which does allow Macaco to, in the mid to late game, take the second one and go for Stagecoach a bit safer than Bramboy.
Yeah, that's true.
But of course, the side effect of that is that Macaco's trading post is more exposed.
So
and we might see the Hussar collide with each other here. Oh, and yeah, he might pick up. This is the trouble. Do you fight the opponent's Hussar, or do you try to snipe the stable wagon?
You need to fight the horse.
Yeah, exactly. Because if you go for the stable wagon, you will lose the Hussar fight pretty much guaranteed, because your Hussar are hitting the stable wagon instead of the opponent's Hussar.
Good job by
But if you
Mr.
fight the opponent's
Bramboy,
Hussar, you might still lose as well and let the stable wagon get away, which in this case is what happened.
The first deviation I see from both of these build order is that MacacoAlbino sent 700 wood in transition, and Mr. Brownboy didn't. He's gonna lose his remaining horse.
Yeah, nice kiting by Macaco there, pulling them towards his base in time for the Dragoons to pop out. But of course, the reason Bram might have not shipped 700 wood is because he had this stable wagon, which means he basically saved 200 wood on infrastructure. Now, double stable is not generally something you are looking to do in a France mirror.
Yeah.
But, you know, maybe he's planning some crazy Quidisir tech switch or something, you never know.
Well, double stable could be something you could try. I guess if you do that, then you don't build the racks, just make houses and go double stable goons and go for a care switch when you can.
You might also just be intending to not build skirmishers and just go double stable goon and then ship both the skirm shipments for his skirmisher. Oh, 1,000
Yeah,
wood.
that's really greedy, and I really don't like this shipment right now because
yeah, especially after shipping 700 in transition, do you really need that 1,000 extra?
You don't, and furthermore, you could have get this 1k wood by skipping 700 wood, and you would get the 1k wood much before. Oh, he's
that's
snaring
a lot
the
of wood,
goons.
and I think I see the reason for it. He grabbed stagecoach with 700 wood.
Okay, so he's going really greedy.
Yeah, he is going very heavy eco. I think this is also a result of him aging up earlier to colonial. He knows that he's ahead in tempo, and instead of spending it on military advantage, he's spending it on an eco advantage. Believing his control can help him survive the military from Brumboy, and then use the eco to basically just crush him.
Yeah, it could be an option also. I like that he managed to save his house somehow, and then therefore he would probably be able to sneak them for some raids during main fight.
Yeah, that's always something you have to be wary of in mirrors like this. It's the same in the German mirror, right? Sure, you can win a big fight, but if he sneaks like 8 Ulans into your eco,
yeah,
then I mean, what does it really matter? And yeah, we do see that Brumboy just has a significant skirmisher lead here, which basically prevents Macaco from fighting.
Yeah.
But there's the 7 skirmisher shipment, and now the skirmisher lead is back in favor of Macaco. But there's the 2 falconet.
Yeah.
But if he loses too many skirmishers before the falconets arrive, that could definitely be bad.
Yeah.
There's a lot of dragoons here.
Oh.
And they could easily kill 2 falconets.
He's gonna lose the house. Unfortunately, didn't pay attention on them.
Bit unfortunate. But he does have about an 8 villager lead here with these trading posts.
Yeah, that's true.
And he actually has superior market upgrades as well. Well, actually, no, never mind. It's just he has great code. Which, technically speaking, is a market upgrade, I guess.
Yeah, technically. So, right now, if MacacoAlbino can trade well versus the Brandboy 2 Falconets, he would be in the perfect spot, I believe.
Both players eating the remainder of their yaks. Oh, Macaco's even getting blunderbuss. He might be thinking that he needs to fight with some of his CDBs here if Brumboy does keep pushing forward.
Yeah. I think he's trying to set up for a main fight around his current gathering places. Oh, sorry, that was my phone.
But yeah, the longer Brumboy waits here, the worse it gets for him. These 2 stagecoach are just rapidly pushing Macaco further and further ahead into this game.
Yeah,
and not just that, but the more Macaco can rely on these trade posts, the slower he will deplete natural resources, making his villagers safe for a longer duration of the game.
Definitely.
Which, coming back to the point where a sneaky raid might determine the game, is a big advantage. But we do see that Brumboy is starting to add in cuirassiers, and these can do a lot of work.
Yeah. Still no 2 falconets for MacacoAlbino just yet. Wow, that's a lot of cuirassiers actually. Didn't see that.
Yeah, he made 2 batches of 10 and shipped 3, I believe.
Oh, he needs to hide them. No.
2 batches of 5, rather.
He's gonna lose at least 2 or 3.
By the dragoons.
Oh no,
Or
don't take that.
By them. It's definitely, like, it's nice that he's connecting them on the skirms, but at the same time, he's fighting with them without the rest of his army.
It's literally the worst fight he could have possibly hoped for. But he's gonna clean a lot of skirms, but
the Valks are here just as the cuirassiers die, and now the 2 Valks from Macaco are here.
But yeah, what about now? Like, Macaco got more goons, he got more skirms, and he got also 2 falconets.
Yeah, he has double the goons, about 10 skirms more, and oh, he even loses the Falcon Mirror, I believe.
Yeah.
I mean, like, Macaco's Falconet is still very, very bruised, so it can definitely be quite easily sniped here, but still, this is quite a disaster.
Yeah, it's looking very bad for Mr. Brownboy.
He's behind in eco, he's behind in military, it's just... The Cuirassier switch can definitely do a lot for you if it takes your opponent by surprise, but if he just catches your Cuirassiers out like that...
You needed to get a good flank from those Cuirassiers and basically wait for the Cuirassiers to engage. Meanwhile, there are the Falconets war going on. So actually, Macaco would have been busy.
That's what Brownboy was trying, right? His Cuirassiers were way to the right while he was pushing forward with the rest of his army. He just wasn't expecting Macaco to be in that position where he was. Which, going back to something I said a couple of minutes ago, if he still had that native explorer, you know, maybe it could have been stealthing around that army and could have prevented that.
Yeah.
It's weird, but like very little things, like picking off that native explorer, can just really have massive effects later on in the game.
Yeah, and now Mr. Brownboy is shipping 5 goons. Meanwhile, MacacoAlbino is going for Cav combat, and he's getting furthermore red.
Yeah. I mean, he kind of has to ship the 5 goons, right? But they basically just died there already, so...
Well, they don't bring so much values to his composition right now. He's fighting against Skirm Gun on his own, so 5 goons actually doesn't do that much. And now he's gonna get pushed.
He still needs to snipe that Falconet.
Yeah.
And I do think goons are his best shot at that at the moment. It's just so many of them are going to die just to get the Falconet, and he's already behind.
Yeah.
And now we see Macaco actually making the Cuirassier switch. The only difference is that he's doing it with a massive army on the field already, with Cav combat already good to go.
Yeah, definitely. Now he's pushing Mr. Brownboy out of this gold mine. He's killing 2 city bliss plus a house.
Yeah, I think Brownboy should have responded with Stagecoach of his own. I mean, you can see that the opponent has 2 training posts, right? And sure, you might not see that he has Stagecoach unless you go physically look at it. But if he takes 2 training posts and plays that defensively, I think you can just assume he has it. And then you kind of have to respond to it in some way. Oh, and he's going to lose a massive amount of his skirms here.
Yeah.
If he puts the Dragoons in hand combat here, he can snare them and just really destroy a lot of them. Oh,
although he lost 3 cures
there. Both players' Cuirassier switch not working out though.
Yeah.
The only difference being that Macaco invested into 3 of them, while Brownboy invested into 12 of them.
Well, Mr. Brownboy's skirms are much better, but there's still the Falconet thread remaining, and as long as he doesn't snipe these Falcs, he's gonna go for it right now. But
he's gonna die here though, I think.
Yeah, but he's gonna lose so many Dragoons for that.
Yeah. For sure. He does finally get it though.
Yeah, but he lost all his goons.
Yeah. That was a bit of an unfortunate game, and you just look at the resource difference. You can clearly see when he gets a Stagecoach, right? Because they had very similar villagers, being a mirror and all, and nothing really happening. Yeah, they have basically the same builds throughout the entire game. So you can just see when that double Stagecoach kicks in, and it just, at the end of the game, Macaco gathered like 5,000 resources more.
Yeah, I believe the first deviation is because of the 700 wood plus the 1k wood. But then after that, of course, the Stagecoach just pay off more and more. And the second big deal was
when Bram had that really unfortunate fight with his Cuirassiers.
Yeah. Alright, let's move on to the next game.
I mean, Brum did say this was part of his plan.
Which one? What is he talking about? The clear switch?
He was intending to lose game 1 decisively.
Oh.
So that he would be underestimated in game 2.
Smart choice. Oh, sorry, you're waiting for me.
Hmm?
Oh, they were waiting for me, didn't pay attention.
Oh, I only just now joined the game as well.
No, okay.
Can you remove the delay, please? I'm sorry, Mr. Bramboy, but I don't think that's allowed by tournament rules.
I guess we could make an exception for him.
I don't think so.
Alright, so Macaco has to pick first, right? Yeah, and he locks touch. I guess that's a solid choice on this map, since on Tibet you can get a solid defensive position with a few walls and
a nice
choke.
amount of small chokes to wall off.
Yeah, plus with a good bank infrastructures.
Yeah. Oh, Aztecs.
Oh boys.
Well, Brum's not being very subtle here. I think it's very clear what his intentions are.
You never know. You're
He's
not
going to make Yodi and Puma and right-click the base, I think. That being said, he could go for the fast industrial dance shenanigans.
could be an option.
Rook that came up with that build.
Yeah, it's him.
Not one of these silly French peoples.
What do you have versus French people? Quite good guys, I believe.
Oh, assault rifles, clubs. Oh wait, that's not what you mean, I guess.
I see.
It's, the language is... Let's just say there's some bad blood between the Dutch Belgians and the French.
Yeah. Let's say that.
I mean, it's not like I hate all French people. It's just the language is a bit. I just. I'll be honest.
I won't react to this. Okay, so back to the game.
Anyway, we do have in the bottom left side on the map, in the color red, as the Dutch, MacacoAlbino, while Bramboy trying desperately to hold on in the group stage here. Haven't won a single game yet in the color blue as the Aztecs. I think that if he loses this game, he's out of the group.
I believe so. That's generally what happens when you don't win a game.
Yeah, when you lose literally every game.
I was checking the map and it seems that Mr. Brownboy is missing a hunt over there.
Oh.
I believe this one is this one, and this one is this one. But there is missing this one for this one, which is quite a big deal because it's his second hunt. NP, Mr. Brownboy showing his big balls.
Well, I mean, you know, Like I said, you know what he's going to do? He's going to make Coyote, he's going to make Puma, he's going to right-click that base, cross his fingers.
Yeah, but what happens if he gets raided? Like, he's gonna get some exposed VRs over there.
It's fine. He has Coyote and Puma. That's basically his thought process.
Alright.
If I right-click the base and he doesn't concede at the 3-minute mark, I'm done anyway. Oh, it's probably not the 3-minute mark. I don't think it's that quick, but you get what I mean, right?
Yeah.
Ooh, the envoy collecting some yaks here.
Good boy.
Yeah, I mean, Bramboy does have a snow leopard, and everyone knows that cats are the greatest animal in existence besides dragons. So Bramboy with a significant advantage here.
I know someone.
Oh, but there's the crack shot gets cancelled.
Oh yeah. He's too far away.
But
he's gonna get him.
Yeah, rip cat. On the bright side of things, Mr. Bramboy can now sue Macaco for killing his pet.
Definitely. I know someone who doesn't agree with your choice about dragons. I think he likes elephants much more than dragoons. Dragons, I mean.
Oh, Bramboy pointing out here that Macaco's explorer has a Dutch name actually. Normalden, which is act normal in Dutch.
Alright. It's gonna lose his hero, unfortunately.
Yeah, the Aztec explorer, of course, being more powerful than the European explorers because it is a melee unit. They gave it a bit more stats, of course, to compensate.
I believe that's why you get for crackshotting a poor cat.
Yeah, poor kitty. I mean, he does have a tiger now as well, so... Although, it's also pretty close to that, actually. And the envoy just punches it in the face. Wow. That poor tiger. I have to say, though, that's one really brave envoy. Just, you know, oh, there's a tiger. Let me just go punch it in the face.
Yeah. Okay, so...
We see colonial militia from MacacoAlbino.
He knows what's going on.
There's not even a war hut finished yet, and he just ships colonial militia. If this is a fast industrial Diaruga disco build, actually could be quite bad shipping that so early.
I don't know if you're age up fast for this build. I don't know this build at all.
Do you mean the Aztec one or the...
Yeah, the Aztec one with the fast industrial, with the fire pit strat.
You do not. You save the fast age of 4.
Okay, I see.
I'm not 100% sure. I know you don't age with the fast one to colonial though. I think you age with wood. And then fast to fortress, and then explorer to industrial. It might be industrial, or it might be explorer to fortress and fast to industrial. But I think it's the other way around, because you want the explorer to be as powerful as possible.
Oh yeah, I see.
And we do see the first bank going down. And there is that forward warhead. And we do see Pumas in queue. I think Pumas got one-shot by colonial militia. Yeah, they exactly got one-shot if they are not in cover mode. Oh, and this could be really bad for Bramboy, actually. He didn't even get the full batch of 5 out. So yeah, he has 10 Puma, but the TC will just one-shot them.
Yeah, I guess he could trade that for a house, but MacacoAlbino smartly... but this bank's not gonna go up, I believe.
No, that one is very, very dead.
He needs to start building it, yeah. He does quite a few resources. And yeah, plus the XP for Aztecs.
I just look at these spikemen getting killed though.
Yeah.
I mean, sure, he killed the bank and he will get the house here, but just look at the amount of Puma he's losing. Like, he just traded the shipment and his first batch of military units for a house and an unfinished bank.
Yeah,
I believe the Mace Holton also got one-shot by colonial militia TC.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, they do for sure. Yeah. It's like Strelids, basically, they got one-shot as well, I believe. I just look at this, he's doing basically nothing because of the colonial militia.
Well, meanwhile, the Dutch player is not gathering.
He lost the shipment and 2 batches of units already. I mean, sure, Dutch is being idle, and he only has a single bank, I guess. So there is still some green lining here.
And he can't ship any military shipment right now because he's popped. He's gonna lose a veil.
How is it get taken down? Oh, and he does get a villager, actually. Yeah, he's smartly making Coyote now because those still do not get one shot.
Yeah.
And he is starting to pick up some villagers here.
Needs to focus down the hero with the TC fire. Because he's low HP and it's quite a good boost for...
Yeah, he only needs 2 more shots to take it down. It's definitely worth it at this point.
Okay, so Aztec is going really heavy on military shipment. 700 wood and then...
oh, bank wagon! Oh, that is... Is it going up? Oh, the bank wagon! Oh, it goes up.
Yeah, okay.
That is just the normal minimum pop, it's not the colonial militia one. So he
to
still has that in the back.
Yeah, he needs to gather as many resources as he can right now and retask the veils.
Does he have a market? Oh, he needs to get a market up so that he can
definitely.
trade the gold he gets from his bank if he needs to. And yeah, sure, all that time Bramboy was idling Macaco's entire eco except this one bank. But I am now clicking on the unit's lost tab, and it is not pretty. He has lost 2 cats, 10 puma, 18 mace, and 2 coyote.
Yeah. Yeah.
Whereas Mr. Macaco has only lost 2 villagers and a house.
He's gonna lose another one and almost 2. Needs to finish this bank ASAP, yeah.
Yeah, it's not gonna work though.
Yeah. Well, Coyote doesn't have that much siege, so might be fine. Especially if he distract them with some veils.
Yeah, but Bram is smart in keeping some units on that side of the TC. He might even be sacrificing veils here just to get it up.
Yeah. He's gonna lose 1 veil. Perhaps another one because he's low HP.
Yeah, not having a market here really hurts because it would allow him to also get Great Coat, which would be very nice.
His bank gonna go up at the end of the day, but it's gonna be really low HP, and if he wants to keep that alive, he's gonna have to repair. Look at all these low HP veils. Yeah, he's got sniped by 3 maces.
If he had a market here, he could actually get his colonial militia pop here.
Yeah. Oh, this bank.
The bank does go down.
Oh. It's looking a bit bad for Dutch player right now.
This is the most efficient TC I've ever seen, though.
Oh, he's losing another veil.
And
he's on 12 veils right now. And he sent 4 settlers. Oh. That's a really risky shipment. Imagine like 3 house right now and he will be totally fine.
Yeah, because the Coyote have been sniped, right? It's just Mace Holton.
Yeah.
Yeah, now Bramboy can't stay here anymore. He only has maces left. And his Explorer is dead. Yeah, he's not gonna siege a house with Mace Holton.
Yeah, no way. But meanwhile,
that's
he's
not going down.
Idling the Dutch player quite a lot. The longer it goes, the better it is for Aztec playing this game. It's oh, he's losing another veil. Oh, and another one.
He does finally have. Oh, he could wait. Yeah, he could have shipped the house. He does finally get some houses up though.
Yeah.
The thing is, Bramboy has actually stopped making villagers.
Oh, really? I didn't pay attention.
But he ships 5 now, so he's at 33 vills.
Yeah, we see the 3 Haas.
And there is a Hussar shipment. So yeah, Dutch did hold here for now, but that was a lot of time where he was idle.
Yeah, I would say like Aztec is in a solid position right now. He just shipped 5 years or so.
The problem is he is not remotely close to aging to Fortress, and he has used pretty much every single military shipment Aztec has.
Yeah. Touch, he needs to
but
herd.
Dutch is actually getting pretty close to aging to Fortress.
Yeah. He can thanks his banks for gathering meanwhile.
Yeah.
Oh. And I see,
yeah, I actually think you don't make more banks here as Aztec, you just, or as Dutch. You just go to Fortress, I think.
Yeah, making banks will delay him a bit too much.
Yeah, I do like how he's finally getting this choke wall up though.
Yeah.
It does seem he lost all the Hussar, sadly.
Mm.
I really think he needs to get the bank though. Banks are just so good as Dutch. Oh no, never mind. There they are. Haha. Wait, when did he get a trading post?
Oh, I don't know. I didn't pay attention about that.
Seems we missed that in all the excitement.
Yeah, that's something you don't really expect. So, okay, so now the Dutch player is aging.
The fortress here.
But with a really limited eco, he got 2 banks and he lost so much vales. He lost 9 vales in total.
Yeah, it's definitely all ideal, especially since he has no market upgrades at all.
And he's sending
Whereas
600
Aztec, I
wood
believe,
right
will
now.
have every tier 1 upgrade at this point. Only hunting dogs actually, no placer mines. I guess he doesn't gather that much coin. He should probably get the tier 1 wood upgrade though, with so many vills on wood. Hussar may be getting a vill here.
Yeah, gonna get one.
Yeah, they get the one. Let's see if they can get away. That's a lot of coyote that Brum's adding in here though.
That's good for Dutch because those coyote are not in the Dutch base right now. So he can safely ages and he's gonna add a bank, but that's it's really greedy. I mean, he needs a stable also.
He does still have the wood to get one though, so it's not the worst because he shipped 600 wood in transition.
He's missing like 50 wood to get his stable, but yeah.
Oh, that's because he added another house in.
Yeah.
But he should be able to get it quite easy.
Problem is that he's not gonna get a single writer right now.
Yeah, I would imagine that Reuters are his next shipment.
Yeah, would be the correct option.
Still has another yak left, wow.
Liked what he's doing. Like trading, he's gonna lose at least another villain.
Getting ahead in eco now. And he still has the Colonial Militia from his town center, by the way. Like, don't forget that card doesn't just make your TC do more damage, it also gives you a very powerful Minuteman pop. I think it's like 12 or something?
Hmm.
Or 15, something along those lines.
Can he escape this?
Minutemen.
No, please don't bring the skirms. Yeah, now the Ville's gonna get spotted. Okay, that's fine. Mr. Brown Boy is going for the skirms.
Explorer again, which is actually kind of annoying. You wanted Explorer as Aztec. It gives you so much experience with the aura.
Yeah, that's true.
Although at this point, I guess he's used pretty much all the shipments. He has shipped his Coyote upgrade, and that's basically the last worthwhile shipment he can send. After this is probably just infinite 600 coin for the rest of the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, and still no stable for the Dutch player actually, unless I'm missing it somewhere.
He got the wood for it, but he's gonna get a house soon. 5 skirms popping.
Yeah, and if like he can't ship a military shipment again because of that house going down.
Okay, 9 Reuters.
Oh, it's because he had one in queue. 9 Reuters.
He needs to kite really well.
Army here. I don't like how he's kiting away from his town center. He needs the big Minuteman pop.
Yeah, but he's too low on resources right now.
Yeah, it's 250, 250. No, it's more 350, 350. I don't remember. I only know the
400, 400.
The Asian prices.
Oops, didn't flare.
It's still the same problem though, and now Dutch is on 3 banks this time. So even if he just idles the entire eco in this town center, like it's killing so many units. And these 3 banks are a lot of eco.
Yeah, but it's still looking good for Aztecs, I would say. Because Dutch doesn't have a market.
Oh, he's actually starting to make villagers again. Yeah, the problem is that he just keeps taking down houses and it prevents Macaco from doing anything, really.
Yeah, because he doesn't have a market.
Yeah. I know I've said it so many times already, but not making a market just hurts so much. It is very nice that he was able to sneak a decent chunk of vills out and can still get it on the map, though.
Yeah, that's true.
That's pretty huge.
But if he got like 4 houses on the way, it could be Could be good for him.
He only has skirms on the way at the moment.
Yeah, I mean the 4-house shipment.
Oh, right. Would you look at this again? The town center just took down the entire army of Bram somehow.
Oh, a new batch of skirms popping.
How powerful this town center is.
Yeah.
Just look at units lost up, it's hilarious. Like that town center has killed over 120 units.
Oh wow, 4-house on the way.
Oh, and most of the Coyote are dead.
Yeah,
yeah.
It's gonna clean
so
that.
Macaco is going to clean up. And at this point, it's really difficult for Aztec to reinforce, actually. He only has 2 war huts and no more military shipments.
Well, he got 37 eco VL count, I mean.
Yeah, but he doesn't have the tier 1 wood upgrade. He only has hunting dogs.
Yeah.
I mean, sure, the arena zone costs that much wood, and at the moment he's actually floating a lot of wood, so it's not a big deal. But oh, this is a big deal, though. Although there is reinforcing Coyote, so I think they are fine.
Yeah.
And it's just really difficult at this point for Bramboy to get anything meaningful out. Like, I think at this point, the longer it goes, the more it favors Dutch because of, you know, him actually being able to hold on with villagers this time.
Yeah.
And getting the 3rd bank.
For now, he can safely gather, that's true, but he's just waiting. He's for us shipment plus 3 skirms and 2 riders. Okay, he's gonna escape. He's gonna escape to house, which is good. He needs to.
And it doesn't seem like he has any intention on getting more wood at the moment, which I do think he needs because he still doesn't have a stable.
Stable on the market is what he really needs right now. He can.
Does he still
perhaps
have 1,000 wood he can ship?
Yeah, I think so.
So he basically needs to ship 1,000 wood to get a stable and a market.
Oh god, the path.
Actually,
pathing.
with 1,000 wood, he could make a 2nd town center, a stable, and a market. And sure, he might not be able to produce from the 2nd town center, but it's a 2nd massive tower that just one-shots Aztec units.
That's true.
Especially if you can get it like over here. Or somehow over here, but I don't see that happening. Halberdiers in queue.
Oh wow.
For the Dutch player.
Well,
I actually like this improvisation. He needs something, and this is the only thing he can get without a stable to beat these mass Coyote. And yeah, we do see 1,000 wood actually.
Finally.
I think if Dutch does get a 2nd town center up, Aztec literally cannot win without going fortress.
Perhaps, yeah.
I don't think Colonial Aztec can. Oh, those guys need to get out of there. Okay, they do see. Yeah, I don't
he
think
was trying to revive
Aztec
the
army
hero.
can actually siege down 2 Colonial Militia town centers. I think it's actually impossible.
Well, they can if they have bikes, but at the moment,
yeah, if it's like
going...
literally mass Puma, perhaps.
Yeah.
But then they just die to skirms, right? So.
That's true. Okay, he got the resources for a big Minuteman patch, and I think this is the right moment to pop them.
Yeah, but there's no way Bramboy like just commits under the town center like that. He knows it's still there.
He's floating like 800 wood right now. He could have had like 2 banks and a stable. He still doesn't have a market. He's dropping the stable right now, and he's gonna drop a bank. Okay, and 2 houses.
I don't agree with the 4th bank. I think
the fourth bank is fine. He's fine, but he needs to hold the market.
Yeah, but that's the problem. Like, I would have rather first made the market, and then get the wood via the market to get the 4th bank, maybe.
Well, 4th banks is fine. He could have also dropped 2 stable and go to 2 stable house. But yeah, that's also fine.
I think at this point, Bramboy is in a lot of trouble, though. We see another raid even going on over here.
Yeah. And
it seems like Bramboy is adding in some trading posts, maybe intending to go stagecoach here as a boomy option. If he wanted to do this, he needed to do this earlier while he was delaying the Dutch player for like 10 minutes in his base.
Yeah, definitely.
think at this point it's a bit too late. That being said, Dutch is still a while away from having the critical mass required to actively push into the Aztec player's base.
Yeah.
So it might not be too late yet.
Well, 5 halberdiers and 5 reuters might be just enough to kill this coyote mass. And plus H3 skirms
do
just
a lot of
beats,
damage against coyote runners.
Yeah, he's going so heavy on skirms, like, you don't need that much. You know that H3 skirms just really beats H2 mace routines, so...
Yeah, especially since at this point you can expect the Aztec player to just go very heavy into coyote. It's like the only unit they have an upgrade card for. It's also just in general a really powerful unit. If coyote find that could be nice.
Oh.
It's definitely something Brum needs to do to get back into this game.
We got a subscriber, I believe. Yep.
Oh, thank you very much.
Thank you, Alien, if I pronounce it correctly. Thank you for the subscription.
We do see a couple of villagers going down here. Where is the Dutch army? Oh, there is the Dutch army.
Yeah. Oh, that's a lot of vills.
Yes, yes it is. Reuters don't do a lot of damage to Ilse. Oh, yeah, we do see that Brumboy was actually dancing for extra war priests.
Yeah, and now he's gonna get a really good, really strong army with the war dance stuff.
At this point, I think he might actually want to do the warrior dance in this position. The fire pit is relatively close to where the fighting is being done.
Yeah, it's true.
So first dancing for some warriors and then engaging might be the best play here. And yeah, but at the point of the game where Brumboy has nothing to ship besides infinite 600 coin.
Oh, the positioning is so good for MacacoAlbino. Like, he killed so many free coyotes before they actually engaged the fight.
I think Brumboy is only a couple of minutes away here from losing, and there's the Halberdiers, and he does call GG.
Yeah, it's funny how these Halberdiers take like 10 years to cross the map.
Time to go swimming again. Oh, Brumboy actually outgathered him. I wonder if that has anything to do with Dutch being idled for 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Like, Brum just look at how many units Brum loses to literally nothing from Macaco, like just the TC.
Yeah. Perhaps he made a few mistakes with the shipment. He sent like 9 maces. Doesn't have the best option to send. Most made units TC fire, of course.
130 units killed by a town center.
Did you already count?
Yeah. Well, I didn't literally count. I didn't think this was that.
Alright, we got another subscriber. Thanks, Robert Brook.
But I do believe that is it for the two of us today.
I believe so, yeah.